safari driver for our 2-week photo safari here in the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. I'm Bub's your animal spotting guide, help you identify some of the animals we see today. We might not see them all, but we usually get pretty luck, especially on a gorgeous day like this. How many first timers do we have today? First timers, raise those hands high. All right, we got a couple. Folks, here at Harambe, we discovered this wildlife reserve in 1971 to help protect local wildlife. We do lots of things to help protect them, like this. Well, Jumbo Wilson, Symbol 1 entering the reserve here in Terry Forest, over.
I'm Jumbo, Symbol 1. Keep your eyes open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
Roger that, Wilson. We always let the warden know every time we go into the reserve just to make sure that there's no intruders coming in. All right, folks, look over on the right off in the corner. Really, really hard to see, but there's actually no okapi back there. Kind of looks like a zebra. Many people think the okapi is from the zebra family, but it's actually the only known relative to the giraffe. They're very shy in their nature, so it's really rare that we actually get to see an okapi. Discovered in 1901 by Western explorers. Before then, it was known as a mythical creature to us because they were so shy. Well, over here on the left-hand side is a watering hole, very important gathering place in the forest. Usually the place where you can find some of the more rare species like the black rhino. There's one up there. I'm going to stop here for a couple seconds so you guys can get some good pictures. Now, unfortunately, these powerful creatures have been brought nearly to extinction. Hundreds of thousands have been killed just for their horns. There's only about 4,200 left in all of Africa. And even in a reserve like ours, they still aren't safe from poachers. These guys weigh up to about 3,000 pounds. They can charge at 35 miles an hour. Now, these birds over here, those are yellow-billed storks. They are carnivorous. They eat fish, frogs, snakes, and even smaller birds. I see something up ahead. Over here on the left-hand side, you can see some greater kudus. They're the second largest antelope in Africa, weighing about 750 pounds. Now, the male's the only one that has horns. There's actually a male way in the back. There's also two different types of birds, or two saddle-billed storks in the back. They're the largest stork in Africa. They can reach up to a height between 5 and 6 feet and a wingspan between 8 and 9 feet. Now we're heading towards Sampe River now. This is a place we can usually find now hippos hanging out at. Just keep your eyes open though. They can hold their breath for a really long time. So have you seen any big shadows in the water? Most likely a hippo. I'm going to find hippos on both sides of the truck. I just ask that everybody stay seated. Now if you're over on the right, you see where that fallen tree is? There's a Nile hippo right underneath the water. Nile hippo is one of the largest animals in Africa. Birth calves weigh about 85 pounds. But when full grown, if male, they can tip the scale of 5,000 pounds. There's some more over here on the left. There's actually a really good spot where you guys can get some pictures. There's also two different types of birds over here. Black and white birds that you see in the nest. Those are white-breasted cormorants. They lack natural oils that most birds have, so usually when their wings are spread out, they're trying to dry off. Also, there's some pink-backed pelicans that work together to herd fish in shallow waters, but they also feast together. This looks like a good spot here. We get those pictures. They like it over here better because it's a lot shallower. They don't have to sink so far down underneath the water. Alright folks, as we cross this rickety old bridge, I just ask that everybody stay seated because I don't want anybody to fall into the pit with the Nile crocodiles. Now crocodiles are much larger, more aggressive than the American alligator. Their jaws are so strong they can crush the bones of their prey. Now some of them do have their mouths open. The reason for that is so that they can release excess body.
Come in.
This is Symbol 1. What's up, Wilson? Over.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patrol
Well, so now, folks, we're coming out of the forest and into the savannah where we're going to see a completely different ecosystem. Speaking of different, do y'all see the upside down looking tree off to the right? That's a baobab tree. It can last long periods of drought by storing water in its trunk and going leafless 9 months out of the year. Now we're going to see more of those trees when we hit elephant country, but first I'm going to show you guys my favorite view in the whole reserve. The Serengeti grassland is spread for hundreds of miles in East Africa. This is the superhighway for millions of migrating animals. Also home to some of the more famous animals like the lions, giraffes, and elephants. This is indeed the wild Africa we're all working so hard for it to conserve. Now if you take a second to look around, the animals are responsible for the way the savannah looks. Elephants are like bulldozers knocking down trees to let the grasses spread. Giraffes are a lot like trimming shears, eating the undersides of the trees to let in more light. Large antelope will mow down the grasses to let new sprouts grow. And the little nibblers like Thompson's gazelle and warthogs trim up the edges. So in a well-balanced natural system, there's enough food to go around. Alright folks, we're going to be coming up to some reticulated giraffes. Now reticulated comes from the Latin word reticulata, meaning net, so they get the name for the net pattern on their body. Now it looks like you see two baby giraffes over here. When giraffes are born, they're born up to a height about 6 feet tall. But when full grown, females can reach a height of 14 to 16 feet, while males reach a height of 18 to 20 feet. There you go. This looks like a good spot for you guys to get some pictures. Now this giraffe right here, she was the first one I saw when I started driving safaris. White-bearded wildebeest. They're the largest migrating herd in Africa, reaching up to a number of about 1.5 million wildebeest in one herd. Looks like there's a giraffe going into that bush over there.
No, don't look at me.
I've got to go try this.
Oh, it's hiding in the bush.
Literally, guys. Looking for the good stuff.
Oh, if you look over on the right, you see the cattle with the really long horns? They're kind of hiding up in the shrubbery up there. Those are Watusi cattle. They're also known as the Ankula cattle. Their horns can reach up to a length up to 6 feet long. We're going to try to see those guys again a little bit later once we get on the other side. Alright folks, looks like we're going to be heading towards elephant country right now. An elephant herd's made up of the mothers and their babies. Full-grown males are solitary. They don't really hang out with us.
Zimmerman, this is Wilson. What is your location? Over.
We're at Monkey Point, heading to elephant country. Wilson, over.
Keep your eyes open for me. We picked up a baby elephant that was wandering off on its own.
What?
We can't find the mother. I'm afraid Fortune may be in the reserve.
Alright, Wilson, I'll let you know if we see anything. Just keep me updated, buddy. Now over here on the left-hand side, this is what's known as Monkey Point. We're calling it mandrills. They hang out here. They are shy though, so a lot of times they hide out in the bushes and even in the rocks. Looks like there's a couple of them in that bush over there.
Oh, Zach, get close. They're coming here.
Oh, look back there on the right. There's a elephant back there, and looks like there's a baby back there too. Now what we're going to do right now, we're actually going to try to find the rest of that elephant herd. Who wants to see a 5.5-week-old baby elephant? Looks like there's another one over Alright folks, we're going to make our way over this bridge. We're going to go pulley though, very slow. Real quick, look over on the left-hand side, you can see a zebra. Now, we're kind of in a bad spot. We're actually going to try to find them a little bit later. You guys know the riddle about zebras are they black with white stripes or white with black stripes? You can actually tell them by the color of their nose. They have black noses, so they are black with white stripes. But each zebra's got a different set of stripes because they're almost like a fingerprint. Everyone's unique. Now these are the clay pits Wilson was talking about earlier. Do you all see the toe marks and footprints? Elephants eat the clay to gain their beneficial minerals like to do their daily vitamins in the morning. There we go. There's a bunch of elephants over here. Now, the more we can understand about these creatures, the better we can protect them. Right now in the reserve, scientists are studying what's called elephant vocal communication. This is going to help us better understand how they communicate to one another, but also what they need to survive. Still in search of that little one. An elephant has a childhood from about 13 to 15 years. They stay with their mothers that long so that they can learn from their behaviors, like how to get around the savannah safely and how to protect themselves. Oh, there she is! Look at her! She's 5.5 weeks old.
Look at the ears.
Oh, she's playing in the water. How cute is that? I'm going to pull up here just a little bit so you guys can get some good pictures. Right there. That's a good picture spot right there. She's really, really shy. Every time a truck comes by. That's her big sister over there, though.
Baby up and open.
Looks like there's a flock of greater flamingos up here on the left. Now, flamingos get their color from their diet. They primarily eat brine shrimp, along with other water creatures that contain keratin, and that's what makes their feathers so pink. Let's take them about a year, though, to get their color all the way in. Now, up ahead, those golden tan animals, those are Patterson's eland. They're the largest antelope in Africa, going up to 2,000 pounds. And the little guys are Thompson's gazelle. We like to call them Tommies. They might look like they're babies, but they're actually full grown, weighing about 60 pounds. They can run 55 miles an hour. There we go. Here's one of our wildlife rangers. Looks like he's just checking up on the animals. Now we're headed towards one of my favorite parts of the reserve, white rhino country. White rhinos are much larger than black rhinos. They weigh between 3,000 and 5,000 pounds. There we go. Looks like there's some over there on the left. Now, they're my favorite because they're one of Africa's greatest success stories. Thanks to wide conservation and anti-poaching efforts, brought their number back up before they became extinct. If you look over here on the right, see those eggs on the ground? Those are ostrich eggs. Now, each egg weighs about 3 to 4 pounds. They're the largest eggs in the animal kingdom. They can withstand 300 pounds of pressure. Figure mommy and daddy got to sit on them. Well, they're the largest flightless bird.
I see you at the junction. I suggest you go west. It will be worth it.
Thanks for the tip, Wilson. Come on, what do I see? Ooh, I see cheetahs. Look over on the left. You see where the big rock is? Look behind the rock. There's a cheetah laying down. Now, cheetahs are the fastest land mammal on Earth. They can sprint up to speeds as fast as 70 miles per hour. They only go for about the length of a football field, though. Then they get overheated. Now, while we're on the topic of cats, up here is the Kopi. It's the highest point in the reserve. A place where we can find large cats like the lions. Lions come up here to sunbathe, but they also come up here to look through the savannah, see if there's any animals that they might want to hunt. Now, who does the hunting, the women or the men? Yep, they go out to hunt while the men stay and protect the bride. But you know what? It's more than just the location. They have to protect all the little cubs. In case you can say they're the stay-at-home dad. Now, there's going to be a really good spot up here where I'm going to stop so you guys can get some really good pictures. You can get them all in one photo right here. And maybe I'll pull up a little bit more. Now, lions are inactive for about 18-20 hours out of the day, so this is pretty normal. We're going to let those guys finish their catnap. See some warhog burrows over here. These are testing the burrows that you see, and they use the burrows for protection, but also get out from the bad weather. There's some ostrich eggs here. There also looks like there's a couple banta bugs. Unfortunately, they are extinct in the wild. You can only find them in reserves like ours. Just think, folks, this is the first day. We got 13 more days to go. I hope you all are ready. Got tons to see and lots to do. Looks like there's a female ostrich up here on the right.
There are poachers in the area. Can you help us cut them off?
What do you say, folks? Come on, Wilson, catch those poachers. All right, everybody, hang on tight. We're going to head towards Pangani Forest, see if we can find them up there. If not, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what they're looking at. Whoa. Oh, this doesn't look good, guys. Everybody stay seated. Hang on. Wilson, the gates of reserve been smashed open. We're heading out to the hot springs. Which way do I need to go?
The poachers are heading east. Keep going, and we'll drive them to my patrol. Over.
Roger, Wilson. Oh, I see some geysers. Hang on, everybody. I hope we don't get wet. They're hot. Lean to the left. Lean to the left. Woo. What's this up here? Oh no, Wilson, we're too late. The poachers deserted their camp.
Oh, not to worry. You drop them right into my patrol.
unfortunately, because the poachers got away, we're going to have to chase him down and put him in jail. That means we're going to have to end the tour. I'm really sorry about that, but I've got something that's going to cheer you all up, though, I promise. Once you get off my truck and onto the Ward, it's supposed to just go off the road, make a right. There you'll find Pangani Forest. There you can see gorillas, meerkats, naked mole rats. There's also a bird sanctuary there, too. But when they give you the info card about the birds, you might want to use it as a cover, just a heads up.
Where's our refund?